Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Friday, the 19th of November. Hey, we've got a great weekend coming up, but what about Thanksgiving week? Hard to believe it's time for the old holidays here. Let's look at some of the Skycam shots around the network early this morning at the ridiculous hour of 5 o'clock. That's the Tuscaloosa Skycam. I see, one car out there on the Hugh Thomas Bridge. Sky's clear. It's cool. There's the Birmingham Skycam looking south from the top of the Daniel Building back over toward Red Mountain. And from downtown Jasper, that's from the King Building up in Walker County. The flow has gone zonal, and for now that's going to trap the really cold air up north, and it's getting very cold over Canada. And it's going to be very interesting next week to see how this whole thing evolves in the classic battleground between milder air that develops down here and the very cold air up there. We'll check our numbers first this morning. Pretty cold. We've got some 30s on the board. The cold spots are Gadsden and Alexander City at 37, Birmingham at 41, Tuscaloosa 43. But a nice warm-up today. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s later. But yeah, that's the cold air we're talking about up in the northern part of the continent. In fact, the coldest on the board is 42 below zero up in the Arctic region. And we'll watch that in Canada. The coldest I can see there is 16 below zero. So the cold air is building big time, and how it all moves south, we'll just have to wait and see. Rain for the next 5 days. Not much. This is valid through Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock. And this is suggesting maybe a little bit for the northwestern corner and the Tennessee Valley, and that's about it. And more than likely, that's right. The heavier rain should be up there north of Memphis along a very slow-moving polar front. Let's look at the GFS. This is the OZ run, valid at 1 o'clock today at 500 millibars. Again, we've got a westerly flow aloft, and down below that, a really nice day today. Should be a day full of bright sunshine. Again, we'll be well up in the 60s today, mid-60s more than likely. The GFS is showing 65. Tomorrow, how about 70 for a high? Doesn't that sound good? Bright, sunny day, just very comfortable. And pretty much the same deal on Sunday. Low 70s are likely. In fact, both the NAM and the GFS are printing a high of 72. All right, let's take you through Thanksgiving week. There's Monday, and it's going to be a battleground between the trough developing out west that's very cold and a warm ridge over the Gulf of Mexico. And Monday will be kind of a mild day, maybe breezy, partially sunny with low 70s likely. Really the same thing on Tuesday. The rain holds north and west of here. And we're talking mid-70s. Won't exactly feel like Thanksgiving, but not that far away. It's very cold over the northern states where they'll have some snow up there. All right, Wednesday, this run is clearly slower. It's got a 1,032 millibar Arctic high sitting over the Dakotas where it'll be very cold. And a stall boundary with rain likely on Wednesday, if this is right, from Dallas-Fort Worth up to Little Rock, Louisville, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. Here in Alabama, there could be a few showers, but again, on this run, the better rains hold north of here. Keep in mind, we have seen other runs that bring the front through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night with a good chance of rain. Even a few runs have shown the look for strong storms, which is certainly not out of the question because there should be some decent surface-based instability involved. And that, again, Wednesday, we could easily be up there in the mid-70s. And then for Thanksgiving Day, the surface low moves way north of here. The surface boundary comes in. The rain is not very impressive on this run. Cold air advection kicks in. It starts to turn colder. And highs would drop only in the 50s with a cool breeze. And again, what we'll do, just based on the ensemble approach, we'll maintain a pretty good chance of rain and storms Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, into Thanksgiving morning. And it could be that the rain is out of here by midday on Thursday. And again, we start to turn colder. And then there's Friday, and you can see a western ridge and an eastern trough. And the exact way that thing sets up, we don't know yet, but certainly that would suggest it would be a pretty chilly day. There's the surface chart. It would be a dry day. So the idea of Iron Bowl Friday and Black Friday being a dry day and rather chilly is a good one, we think. Confidence is high. How cold, we don't know yet. This run is not as cold as other looks we have seen. This would suggest a high in the low to mid-50s instead of a high in the 40s. But at least we are not looking at rain or sleet or snow or anything nasty like that for that football game in Tuscaloosa. Let's dig a little deeper. This is the 1st of December. And, we've showed you the NAO a bunch. It goes negative about this time. This does have a very cold vortex over eastern Canada, but really the cold air stays a little north of here. And then 4 days later on the 4th, look at that. And pure voodoo, of course, a very strong wave, and down below that a surface low near Jacksonville and a big snowstorm for Alabama and Georgia. But yeah, we know that's all. Total voodoo out there. But again, it'll be interesting to see how this thing sets up at the end of the month to see if we really do turn very cold, which is a very, very real possibility. We'll just have to wait and see. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday, and God bless.